Hello there, and welcome to the International Film Club podcast. I'm joined today by Alex Barker to discuss the 2014 Godzilla movie.
Godzilla.
Welcome, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, it's good to be back.
Love the vibrant background today.
Thanks. You know, it's we're going for more colorful situation. I am not, in fact, at my house. I'm in a different destination.
Yes. Okay.
So.
Well, this movie, this is perhaps the most exciting I've been for a movie in a long time, probably since Prometheus. You know, it's because I as you know, I'm into Japanese stuff, video games, the language and music and all that stuff, and Godzilla comes from Japan. I mean, this is a franchise that has more movies than James Bond, I believe. What's James up to? 20?
He's up to 24. The next one will be 24,
so there's like
I think.
29 Godzilla movies now or something. So it's not a small series. And we had our American deal back in the 1998, I believe. And
Unfortunately.
that movie you couldn't really call a Godzilla movie in many ways because it was more of a monster movie, and they just named him Godzilla.
Well, my favorite part is he doesn't even look like Godzilla. It looks like a steroid-laden iguana.
Yeah. I mean, that movie has some merits, but when you watch this one, you really realize what can be done if you have the Hollywood money behind a true Godzilla movie, which is what I believe this actually is.
Well, and even more so, having a director that actually appreciates the history and the lore of Godzilla.
Yes.
I don't think Emmerich cared, frankly.
And Ken Watanabe being there, I think he probably had a say or two on certain aspects, maybe during the production. It's like, that's not right, because, imagine he would. I think in his contract was, I get to say Godzilla first, as a true Japanese man would. That's probably his contract somewhere, and he nailed it.
That was one of my favorite lines in the whole movie, how he said that.
I want that as a ringtone. I want a high-quality audio of that as a ringtone or text.
That'd be fun.
That would be kind of cool, yeah. But I just had so much fun from start to finish at this. The one complaint I've heard from American audiences that I've talked to this about with, not on Twitter and elsewhere, but locally, is they want to see more of Godzilla. And I really don't understand that. It's kind of like watching Jaws and being disappointed. I didn't see enough of Jaws, and it wasn't a good movie because I didn't see enough of Jaws. That's what I compare it to.
Well, I really like the fact that they did that, because if you would watch, like, if people watch the old Gojira, the 1954 Godzilla, that's what he does. He waits and he waits, and then he'll show it.
It makes it more impactful when he does show it. It's more true to what Godzilla movies are. It's not, all Godzilla.
Well, and I think, if anything, it showed that it was a good movie, because people were like, oh, I wanted to see more. Like, the fact that they wanted to see more is that Edwards left everyone in constant suspense. I mean, he did a great job in setting up, like when they first reveal the full-scale Godzilla in Hawaii, and then he roars, and then it cuts.
Now, I was fooled into thinking the first monster was Godzilla. It's like, wait, that's not Godzilla. Yeah, this is going to be a real Godzilla movie with more monsters than just Godzilla, because most Godzilla movies, it's not about Godzilla. It's about Godzilla saving you from these other terrible beasts.
Right. Which I liked how they portrayed the Mutos. First of all, I love that the trailer campaign did not show two. They only showed one.
Yes.
Like, they didn't even hint that. I thought that was a really cool, this is neat. There's always something fun that good trailer advertising will leave out. And I think that's cool.
I tried to avoid trailers in this one, but I saw a couple.
Doing what I do, I can't help it.
No, you kind of breathe that stuff.
I have to. But I also liked how they portrayed the Mutos as literally like giant animals, and they just happen to want to nest in San Francisco. And it wasn't that they were evil; it was just that they were predators and happened to be deciding that San Francisco was a good place to nest.
And I love making it clear that radiation is their food and people are just a side effect in the way, kind of thing, for all of these creatures.
Yeah. It was
Because like in
interesting.
the 1998 movie, they mentioned radiation as a cause of his creation, but never like anything more than that. This was
Right.
like, yeah, this is radiation's. That's what he does and lives and
Well,
breathes.
I liked how like essentially they were ancient, like not almost dinosaur like creatures,
Mm-hmm.
ancient monsters from a different time. Like I thought, it's like okay, that's a cool way to make it a little bit different and a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Um, so that's good. Yeah.
I also like the amount of places we visit in this movie. I think it
Hmm.
enables the audience to connect to it more because the more cities you go to, the more easily you'll have someone in the audience that's been to one of those places that can relate to that place
Hmm.
easier.
Hmm.
So you
Hmm.
have Japan, you have Hawaii, you have Las Vegas, you have San
Yeah.
Francisco, and yeah, I've been
Some
to
of
most of
the
those places
yeah,
except for Japan.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've really liked that they had Vegas in it. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and I love it how it's like they keep on playing. They don't really know until when
Yeah.
it's on the TV. Yeah, that was pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really liked that they had San Francisco be the featured city because
Yeah.
I think that is like it's not Japanese obviously, but it's very it has that unique look to it.
Hmm.
Um, and you've been to San Francisco before,
I
right?
have, yeah, a couple times.
Yeah, and I personally think it's one of America's most cinematic cities.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Um,
Did they film there, or is it all CG?
I'm
'Cause
not
I know it's
sure they
expensive to
filmed.
film there now.
Yeah, well, it's expensive to do anything there now.
Yeah,
Uh, I think I'm not sure.
and it's
Um,
interesting because Planet of the Apes, San Francisco was the city.
yep.
So
But
it's
yeah,
making a comeback. Yeah.
I doubt that they shot the city scenes there. I just have a feeling that they used a set, and
Yeah.
because even if you look at the trailers and the ads, like everything is overgrown, the city's kind of beat up.
Yeah.
Um,
Now
that's
let's talk about the parachute scene.
the heli
Because
jump,
that scene,
yeah, halo jump, yeah,
I had my like mouth open, like I was almost
yeah.
drooling. It's just like wow, what a
I,
way to show Godzilla fighting for the first time
yeah,
through someone
yeah,
else's eyes,
yeah.
falling through this smoke and oh man,
I think that's one of the best parts about the movie by far, and I think. Yeah, the fact that they showed it through his
so great. Yeah,
that was cool. But
that
they
minute or two of the movie that made my $15 worth it, or whatever it was. Man,
well, I tell you, what's interesting too is in the trailer they show that jump, but they
they
only
do,
show
but I didn't realize how good that
well they
scene would end up being.
they only show like hints of Godzilla's outline. They don't even actually show the full Godzilla. Where in I think that it was two separate digital things. I wonder if they did it twice and they just simply did it again, but had Godzilla fighting the
Yeah.
Muto. But yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I don't know. That was amazing. That was a great way to get into San Francisco.
Um, one thing in regards with the fighting sequences with the monsters, I had a lot of people when there was a couple of friends of mine from church. We went to go see it, and when Godzilla and the Muto square off against each other in the bay, and then he takes the Muto's jaw.
Yes. Yeah. So
I
good.
thought they had made me forget so much about Godzilla's like fire breath because they only used it so
Well, I remember
like
the eyes that can shoot lasers. I remember that.
yeah. No, he does fire breath or atomic
Yeah, he
breath.
does fire breath in this one. And when that
Um,
happened, I was like, yes, yes, because it's like
yeah.
such a build up to like let's
Uh,
see him unleash his true power.
well, and then he's like holding on to the head, and he just roars, and he's like, "I am the alpha predator." I
Yeah,
think that what's
so
funny though is I thought this along with my friends. I thought he was going to pull a King Kong and like break off the Muto's jaw.
yeah, and then
Um,
play with it a little bit.
yeah, do that.
Yeah,
Um, but I liked that they just went all out because I'm thinking, yeah, of course, if he had fire breath, of course he'd do that. Like that makes heck, I'd do that if I was the
yeah,
monster.
yeah. That scene with the fire breath is so great. Now I love the part where the humans kind of reveal where they are with some flashlight or something as they're trying to get to the boat. I thought that
Mhm.
was like, yeah, you could have just not revealed where you were. But I guess they're trying to get the bomb out of the way, right?
Well, yeah, come on, don't you know humans are dumb? I mean, in all
Yeah,
monster
pretty
movies,
much.
humans are dumb. I mean, that's just kind of the way things are.
Now, I love the fact that Godzilla just swims with the boats and just is hanging
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
yeah.
That-
I like that they made him an alpha predator, and like literally, it was basically like he would wake up when someone else was threatening his territory,
yeah.
and then just eliminate him, and then go away.
Now, I love the battle between, like, I don't know if this should have even been a part of the movie where Ken's saying, don't destroy Godzilla, or don't even try, because you're not going to succeed, and just let him take care of business.
Yeah,
And then the army dudes, being who they are, is like, no, we gotta get rid of him with our nuclear power, you know.
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's the military. I mean, it's Hollywood military.
Yeah.
Hollywood military is always portrayed as really just kind of going for broke and using the nuclear missiles.
I love how they compare the original nuclear bomb in the first Godzilla movie ever to what we have today, 50 years later, whatever it is. Today, we got something that will blow you up 100,000 times that,
Yeah,
So
kind of
it's gonna
scary.
work.
Yeah, kind of scary, honestly.
Yeah, a little bit.
Literally knowing that we have enough weapons in the world.
To blow up the planet, pretty much.
And we almost did.
Like Hiroshima, like today, all of Japan would have been gone and done. I mean,
That.
yeah.
Well, and then the Cuban Missile Crisis, like, had that gone bad, the world would have ended. Like,
yeah.
that
It's
would have
scary
ended.
stuff.
Because the Russians and the U.S. would have launched each other missiles.
Mm-hmm.
The entire nuclear winter would have happened.
I'm
Probably
glad
half of the
we don't
pop-
live in that
yeah.
future.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because the original Godzilla movie was kind of a reaction to that, like Hiroshima and all the nuclear craziness. And that
Actually, you know what I heard it was a reaction to? Which I did not know. It was the response specifically, to Hiroshima, but it was
Yeah.
also specifically to the nuclear testing in the Pacific
oh,
by the States and the Russians
yeah,
and the French.
okay. Yeah.
I actually once worked for a job where they, and this was declassified, and
Sure.
it was for the public or whatever, but they had like tapes and tapes worth of nuclear testing from the Pacific and Nevada. It's crazy how many tests they did.
Yeah.
And all I can say is I'm glad it's done, because I'm sure it wrecked all kinds of ecosystems and the biology, especially in the Pacific. I mean, it's not exactly a dead zone like Nevada per se.
No, Hawaii is out in the Pacific.
The Pacific is also very large, but
It is large, so Hawaii's a little tiny part of that. But
yeah,
there is wildlife out there. And,
yeah.
So, what do you think about the decision to follow the boy around instead of the father, Bryan Cranston?
I understand the point, because it is to show the son learning to accept his father, and then the catalyst of his father dying is like he's like, okay, I'm in. Like, I want to solve this problem. I get it. I did not like how quickly they killed off Cranston. I wish that they had left him alive, like, until, I don't know, the bridge scene with the army.
And I wish that we had a little bit longer with the mom to feel her loss more. But I understand why they had to rush that through.
Yeah, that was more impactful to me than when Cranston died, just because it happened so fast, and like. You were just getting into the relationship between the son and the father again.
No, I loved in this house, they had a Mothra reference. I loved that.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I think out of any qualm I had with the movie, I think that was the biggest one, just because they had such a good actor with Cranston. Like, him, like, I think it was one of my favorite movies of the year, and then once when Cranston died, like, it didn't necessarily get worse, but it kind of tapered off to being like, okay, I really think.
They did have Kick-Ass to lead Godzilla. I mean,
It did. I mean, he did okay.
I was kind of surprised. Like, I knew he was from something. I'm like, oh, he's Kick-Ass.
Yeah, just with a lot more hair.
Yeah.
So I liked it fine. I just think that I think that if they do something like that again, I really hope that they hold on to a character a little bit longer. I'll be really interested to see what they do with the next one, because they already are in talks with Gareth doing another one, which I think is great.
Gareth is doing Star Wars now.
He's doing that standalone, and then Ryan Johnson's doing episode
cool.
8. I'm really excited. Yeah.
They've been getting good directors for Star Wars. They've announced like 3 or 4 directors already, and I'm excited.
Well, the thing, it's funny. My friend from LA and I have been talking about this. He said, I always hoped wistfully years ago that I wanted to direct a Star Wars movie, but I always knew that it would never actually come true. Now
Star Wars it's possible because they're turning into like the Marvel approach, where they're doing a movie every year and getting all the good directors to do it.
Yep. So now he's like, my personal goal has changed entirely. I'm gonna try to be a director for Star Wars, but it's like, it's kind of cool knowing that. So I know some people are like, but what about the legacy, whatever. I personally think it's fine. I mean, regardless, I think the original trilogy will always be the original trilogy.
Absolutely.
But I'm looking forward, especially Ryan Johnson and Gareth.
Ryan Johnson.
I mean, Abrams. Abrams is a good choice for the first.
To start off, he did with Star Trek, so he's got good experience with doing that, and have Ryan Johnson to finish off the trilogy. Yeah. So back to Godzilla.
Yeah, back to Godzilla.
I love the Hawaii scene in the airport because it's they're just about to leave, then boom,
Do they have a tram there? Is that actually?
That
correct?
is true. I remember that's Hawaii Airport. I remember being on that airport. It's like, oh. Yeah, that big open glass thing. I totally remember all that. So
did you see a giant Godzilla foot while you were there?
No, sadly.
Oh, okay. Oh well.
Yeah. It was kind of cool to be able to relate to those different places because I've been to most of them. But
that's funny.
It is kind of it makes sense. You go from Japan, he's just going on the ocean, and he goes there. And next stop is wherever.
Huh.
But let's see, what else? Godzilla. Music was great. I don't know. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen it, but I remember the music being stellar.
Alexander Desplat.
Yeah, the Harry Potter 7 composer.
Yeah. And he also did, which I think is one of my favorite soundtracks I've heard this year, is Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
I haven't seen the movie, but the soundtrack is amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
As well as How to Train Your Dragon 2 by John Powell. Check that out.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
So
let me just pull up, I don't know, cast and stuff to see what else I might be forgetting here. They did just litter throughout this whole movie just great references and showed they had appreciation for Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
And this really, this was Godzilla as it should have been. If the sequel, I don't know, because Godzilla's still out there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what it'll do next, I did enjoy, at the end, though, where Godzilla was just tired, so he was sleeping for a little bit.
You're right. Yeah.
I knew he wasn't dead. Godzilla's not dead. That's not how it will be.
Yeah, he did I think a good job in kind of portraying Godzilla as that. Is he a savior of the city? Is he a destroyer? We don't really know. I like that he just kind of goes back into the ocean. He's like, okay, I'm done.
In the next movie, I would love to see them rebuilding all the places that were destroyed. We're still rebuilding this world.
Yeah, talk about insurance claim problems.
Yeah. How'd you like the wife and child storyline and how all that played out?
With Elizabeth Olsen? Olsen?
Yeah.
Fine. It didn't really make an impression on me per se, but it was something.
I mean, it made it so the lead character had it's more reason to get back home quickly, right? I mean, that
right,
kind of
and he has something to fight for. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I did like the bus scene on the Great Bridge when the bus driver is trying to drive the school kids across the bridge. It's like, forget this, man.
Remind me of Batman, Rises.
Yes.
Batman Rises.
Yes.
It's like, I'm getting out of here. And that one, they just blew the bridge. But this one, they just went on through.
Well, this one, the bridge gets wrecked by Godzilla. Apparently the Golden Gate Bridge is going to get destroyed in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes too. So apparently they're just beating up the bridge. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least according to the poster, which is one of my favorite posters of the year.
I've been avoiding pretty much all Planet of the Apes stuff because I want to be surprised.
Okay. Well,
but that's all right. I figured they might destroy that. It was a big part of the first movie.
Yeah. At least I don't know. At least the poster shows a lot of cool things that could be happening. With the apes. So.
Okay.
Anyway. That's all I got, other than I'm looking forward to seeing what Edwards does with the next Godzilla and Star Wars. That'll be quite cool.
He's got a nice career ahead of him. That was this is his first full length. He had Monsters, but that's. You seen Monsters?
Yes, it's a great film.
Yeah.
Is it
about monsters or is it something deeper?
No, a little bit of both. I mean, essentially, it's this man and this woman traveling through what is known as the infected zone between the United States and Mexico, and it's jungle territory, and it's overrun by these alien creatures, and they're just like big lumberous beasts. It's really cool.
Is it kind of like there's a zombie one that's a TV show?
Walking Dead.
Yeah, is it like that?
A little different.
Okay.
A little different. But it's a great film. Check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will indeed. So I think that is it for Godzilla, at least for this time.
Yeah.
This is a movie everyone should see. It's awesome.
Yes.
I'm going to buy it
Yes.
before it comes out. I want it. Yeah. I want to watch it again. But I've not seen it yet. But I really want to go back and watch all 29 other Godzilla movies I haven't seen before.
Yeah, marathon, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be quite a marathon.
Yeah.
But Alex Barker, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Well, on the interwebs, you can find me here at Millionaire. What is that? Millionaire-ent. Underscore. Thank you. ENT. And that is for specifically Instagram, I believe.
And Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. My username is at TCHATEN. Twitter, Instagram, Miiverse, and YouTube as well. We're going to watch the video versions of these podcasts. And we'll be back next time for a mystery movie that we will decide upon at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Bye. See you later.